What's going on, Assassins? It's Darkstrider, and recently I've been doing a lot of playthroughs on a bunch of the Assassin's Creed games. It's for a side project that I'm working on that I'm hoping to just release to you guys so you guys could see. However, one of the things that it involves is the DLC in Assassin's Creed. Now, one of the things that I need is what's known as the Da Vinci Disappearance, which is the DLC for Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Now, here's the weird thing, right? Brotherhood had that DLC, and it was kind of linked to multiplayer items. Now, multiplayer is no longer available on Brotherhood. It's a very old game. Nobody was really playing it at the time, the multiplayer on that game. So what they ended up doing was putting multiplayer on a bunch of the future games and whatnot that had come out. And then they would just reuse the servers. They would stop using that. Again, the dumbest thing that they did was add a bunch of multiplayer elements to the Da Vinci Disappearance, the DLC for Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Now, why is that so weird? Well, the Da Vinci Disappearance is no longer accessible, which is pretty wild. So I was playing it on Steam, and on Steam it is not accessible. I was playing it on PS3, or attempting to play it on PS3, because I wanted to see if it was available. It is not even available there, and I paid for it. The same thing with Xbox. I don't have it on Xbox either. And I paid for it. So why didn't they just do what they did with the Ezio trilogies and knock out the multiplayer, but give us the DLC? That's problematic. Now, to me, again, that is part of the reason why I enjoy physical media over digital media, because physical media, you actually have it. I'm pretty sure if they had that on a disc that I would still be able to access it, but I did not get it on disc. I actually bought the DLC digitally. Now, usually you do buy the DLC digitally. It's kind of wild. I don't know, again, why they did it that way. The only way I can access the Da Vinci Disappearance is via the Ezio trilogy, either on Xbox or on PlayStation. So why is this such a problem? Well, it just goes to show how crazy it is, physical versus digital. And I wanted to discuss that. A lot of people have a lot of games digitally. It's just a lot more convenient. The only thing that is really messed up is the fact that you have to keep deleting old games to make space for new games. But you're able to play at midnight with no problem, which, I mean, in certain situations I love. As a YouTuber, it is really good because I get to play games at midnight rather than wait till, like the morning where I could run out and get it, or waiting for Amazon to deliver my package with the game. All right, it just makes it that much easier, that much simpler. However, it's kind of wild, and it's one of the things where Ubisoft has said we got to get used to not owning our games, which is kind of messed up. So they could do that at any point they want. They could do that for any game they want. It's also a reason why they have, like, in every game, a terms of service. And basically, if you read the terms of service, they pretty much say you don't own your game, especially, like multiplayer kind of games. It's kind of their way of getting around, like if you're playing Call of Duty, and obviously that's not a Ubisoft product, but if you're playing Call of Duty and you start to cheat, or they suspect you of cheating, or any little thing that they don't like, they could lock you out of the game. All of a sudden, you're banned from the game. You paid money for that game, but again, they have the right to lock you out of it, which, I mean, that absolutely sucks. That's physical or digital, but, it's just wild that here we go with digital games and they could just take certain things away from you, which I think, again, pretty wild. Now, I'm not going to make a big stink about the DLC because I actually am able to access it anyway through other means. Everything that I tried online where people were like, hey, you could access it this way, it did not work. But just seeing that as a DLC, and this is the main point, just seeing that as a DLC, imagine if they did that to the full game. Imagine if the full game was that kind of thing where like it's all multiplayer and they don't want you to access it. Redfall is actually getting a offline mode because they're shutting down the server for it and whatnot, which, I mean, that's, to me, that's wild. It's much more preferable than like the game just not being usable at all anymore, you know? But the thing is that at that point, they're making an effort to make sure that you're still able to play the game. However, what if? What if they didn't? That's kind of crazy. So let me know in the comments below, what are your thoughts on physical versus digital? Do you own all digital? Do you own all physical? Do you own a little bit of A and a little bit of B? Like, what is your take on it? I'd love to hear from you. And have you lost any DLCs or any games due to this whole thing where it's digital versus physical? Did you have a digital game and they took stuff away from you, or they took away your ability to play, or anything like that? I would love to hear your story. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please make sure you like and subscribe. It helps this channel out an awful lot. As always, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. And until next time, take care, be good, stay safe, take care of each other. I'll see you all in the next one.
Yeah, yeet!